Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian here again, joining you from beautiful Yellow Springs, Ohio. And today, in this video, I'd like to share with you some of the most common obstacles on the spiritual path and what I have done and what others have done to overcome these obstacles to continue to grow and evolve spiritually. But before we get started, I'd like you to go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, get the bell notifications, leave me a comment if any of this resonates with you. So what I've learned from years of development on the spiritual path is that things aren't what they appear to be. Nothing is what it appears to be. And hindsight is always 20/20. What does that mean? It means you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking back. It only makes sense at the end of your journey how everything lined up, how everything came together, how what appeared to be synchronicity and coincidence was actually your higher self guiding you all along. And a lot of times, what appears to be an obstacle is a part of the path. That our greatest setbacks, our greatest defeats, our greatest so-called failures are actually what springboarded us into higher levels of success. So with that being said, we have to concede our way of thinking and our way of seeing things and trust something bigger than us. Trust something greater than us that is guiding us, call it the universe, call it our higher selves, that is guiding us to our highest potential. We have to trust that. And 90% of this is getting out of our own way and allowing that to guide us, that thread that underlies all of our experiences, that loves us, that's nurturing us into growth. We have to trust that even when it leads us off the well-known path, the well-beaten path, and we're in unfamiliar territory. That's actually where we want to be, is in the unknown. We must become relentless. We must become fearless. And we must stand in the truth of who we are. In my journey of spiritual awakening, I have found that it truly is the devoted souls who reach these higher levels of consciousness where we're able to manifest what we need. Our health and wellness is radiant. We're able to cultivate abilities that would seem superhuman and abilities to live godlike. The universe isn't in the business of giving godlike powers to immature souls. So to evolve, we have to trust something bigger than ourselves. The path is riddled with obstacles designed to prevent us or to hinder us from reaching the goal of life. And the goal of life is health realization, enlightenment, illumination. It is the undying, unbroken knowledge that the inner self is all that exists. This is the aim of life, and all of our worldly conditioning and programming is designed to keep us from realizing that, keep us diverted into the three-dimensional hologram that we are each projecting on a moment-by-moment basis, to prevent us from realizing we are actually creating our own reality, that we are source consciousness, and we don't need the things of this world. Some of the obstacles that I've encountered are self-limiting beliefs, belief systems that are outdated or programming or genetically wired into us, or we inherited self-limiting beliefs and negative thinking patterns. Additionally, there's fear and doubt, laziness or lack of motivation, spiritual bypassing, avoiding the pain and discomfort that is actually sent to us by our higher selves, laziness and lack of motivation, ego and pride. The ego's desire for validation and recognition can lead to spiritual materialism, lack of discipline, lack of consistency, unresolved traumas and baggage from our past, negative influences, a lack of guidance and support, misconceptions and misnomers about spirituality and what it is, about consciousness, and spiritual warfare. Now, I could devote a whole video on this last one, and that would be spiritual, higher dimensional forces aimed at hindering us or tempting us. They are aspects of ourselves that are here to ensure only the worthy reach the higher states. Overcoming these obstacles include things like self-reflection, seeking support and guidance from evolved souls or from the timeless spiritual traditions that have been left to us throughout the ages, cultivating positive habits, practicing mindfulness, practicing meditation, practicing breath work and yoga, challenging limiting beliefs. Let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is a trap, on the spiritual trap. There is no such thing as perfection. However, authenticity carries the highest vibration, and true authenticity is understanding that I'm not the individual, that the physical universe is a dream inside of me, that we are all consciousness, nurturing a positive mindset, and cultivating inner wisdom. Now, I know I'm running through these briefly here because what I want to say is the spiritual journey, the spiritual evolution is not only a lifelong process, but it is eternal. You are an eternal spiritual being who is given a temporary form. You're given a name, a social security number, a birth certificate, a nationality, a religion. You were told you were these things. You were programmed into this society. So I spent my first half of my life developing an ego, which actually destroyed itself, self-destructed to being negatively polarized, to find out that I was actually, all these things weren't who I really am. Who I really am is the formless ground of all being. I have nothing to do with birth and death. I am eternal. I am consciousness. You are consciousness. This whole universe is consciousness. And so whether you realize you're on the path or not, you're on the path. It's all one thing. The one infinite creator projects the physical universe out of itself. It has no independent existence apart from itself. And then it evolves everything back to itself through nature. So it's all one thing. And you're it. And until you realize this, you will suffer the repeated miseries of cyclical existence, of being born and dying, of chasing after things in this world, whether it be material or, and that's another obstacle, is spiritual materialism, that is very common on the spiritual path, that we are going to continue to chase external validation, whether it's through social media, through our society, whatever it is. We're going to continue to chase these things until we ultimately realize that all of it is fleeting. We come into this world naked, screaming, and alone. We go out, our bones turn to dust, and we come back and do it again. So there is no death. What is worse than death is spiritual amnesia. Remember this term because this is the current default state of evolution for the whole human collective, is that most people don't even know who they are, that they are eternal spiritual beings, that we are aspects of the one. It could be no other way. We could not exist because existence is God. It is that in which everything lives and moves and has its being. So overcoming these obstacles is a matter of just becoming sick of the things of this world, of our patterns, of a craving and yearning for more. That's how it manifests with me. Of a craving and yearning for more, an understanding of purpose, of who I am, why I'm here, and what my purpose is. So these questions, when posed sincerely to above, can trigger awakening. These questions, when we seek our Creator with a heartfelt sincerity, and we're no longer concerned with the things. We're shedding off layers. Imagine a snake, and it sheds its skin. While it's shedding its skin, it sees that skin as a part of itself. But once that skin is off, the snake moves on. That skin is no longer a part of the snake. We need to shed the layers of the ego. I am not this. This is the role I'm playing. All this chaos in the world, all the shit that's people are, and my heart goes out to people, because there are people hurting out there, but it's all designed, this is all scripted to trigger you to evaluate what is most important in this life. And I hope you find that. I hope you ask these questions. I feel it's important that we live each day as if it's our last. If we live each day as if it's our last, one day we'll be right. Remembering that we'll all be dead one day is a powerful motivator. Death is the great equalizer. Remembering that we'll all be dead one day, that the physical body will die, we will relinquish our role, is a great motivator for change and for making the most important decisions we can make in life. Because when you wake up in the morning, first thing, you want to look at yourself in the mirror and say, if today was my last day, what will I wish I had done? This will help you avoid the trap of thinking that you have something to lose. You are already naked. You have nothing to do with birth and death. You are eternal. And if you haven't realized this, that's what you should be working towards realizing, is the true nature of the self. There's no reason not to follow your heart and to do this work and to push through whatever obstacles are hindering you on the spiritual path. Allow the chaos in the world to be your catalyst for turning it within and evolving. Evolve. Because we're only here for a short while. We only have so much time before we relinquish this form that we are residing in. And in this way, death is a great equalizer. In this way, death is a great agent for change. It helps clear out the old and make way for the new. And remember that one day we will pass on to the next realm. When that day comes and you look back on your life, which you will do a life review, what will you have wished you had done differently? What will have mattered the most? I'll just leave that question for you. And I'll just say, thanks for letting me share today. I, as a person in long-term recovery, as a lifelong journalist, have pushed through countless obstacles and continue to push through countless obstacles on the spiritual path. And I'm here to help. Please subscribe to my channel for more. Leave me a comment if any of this resonates with you. I love you all. Thank you very much.